But all eyes are on Leffen right now. There is a free Leffen campaign that's been started by Red Bull Esports, where he reads the his application and how it gets denied. And there's a hashtag going around called Free Leffen. And to give context to the situation, Leffen, top European player, before this whole thing happened, he left on a really high note, winning HEC throwdown in NorCal, where he finished first, beat Hungrybox 6-1, and he finished first in an event that included Mewtwo King, Mango, and Hungrybox. So things were looking really good for him. He was going to go on a high note. And a few weeks later, the Big House 5 is coming around. Leffen's supposed to play in Cruise. He's doing really well. Goes to customs, and he realizes he's not able to go in. Rumor has it the question that he was asked is, was he here on business? And I think somehow down the line the U.S. Embassy somehow figured out that he was on the wrong type of visa. He was on a tourist visa, but he's a U.S. employee. And so technically that's a huge no-no, because there's tax implications. Like if he's coming back and forth to do U.S. business and he's hired as a U.S. company, then a tourist visa doesn't work. And there could be other things like tax evasion and all these other things. So it's kind of messy. And that's how I speculated he got deported in the first place. Now what's happened since then is, Leffen hasn't been able to come to the U.S. since then. It's been about 7 months now, which is kind of crazy how fast time flies. He hasn't been able to enter a lot of events, including Genesis 3, Big House, Battle of the Five Gods, Smash Summit, and now it's like the big question is like, what exactly is going on? So he's applying for a different visa. I'm not sure what exactly has happened. It probably got denied again, and the thing that's really fickle, and I've been reading the Reddit thread that Esports Law has provided. I'm not really an expert in this, but Esports Law, they look into these type of issues. They've seen similar things happen in CSGO and League of Legends, but the speculation here is, the way that the rejection letters sound is that they don't validate Super Smash Bros. Melee as this legit sport, so for him to apply for these other types of visas doesn't work. And the definition is really fickle. It depends, it varies person by person. It's similar to like if you had 5 people grade your essay and they all give you different ratings because they evaluate different things, and that's how the the applications kind of work out. So up ahead, what Red Bull is doing, and what I'm speculating is EGLX is happening, a lot of top level talent, but they are helping out Leffen in remaining in game shape so that he can go to EVO hopefully and be able to compete while still having top level competition. So rumor has it Red Bull is providing a lot of help to get as many good players to get on my level, or GOML for short, which is also in Canada, so that Leffen has top level play ahead. He's staying at the Red Bull house for players like Armada, KGH, and Prince Abu are there to help Leffen train. So they're doing everything in their power to make sure that Leffen is in game shape, because when he's in Sweden, he doesn't really get the opportunity to play as much because it's Sweden. Everything is really far away, and the best he can really do is just play net play, and so he needs to stay in shape. So hopefully what happens is, the extra muscle of Red Bull being this widely known international company that has a bunch of sales can vouch for Leffen. They can redo the visa and they can get him in, and so that by the time Evo and these big summer tournaments happen, that he's ready to go, he's not rusty, and he can participate in these events. So that's what's happening ahead. And in the future, right now it's like just unfortunate that these events kind of happen, because esports events by nature are international. You want people from all sorts of countries competing. It brings in a lot of money, and so I think as we move forward and as the industry continues to grow and we get mainstream validation, I don't see these issues continuing to happen, at least in the United States and in first world countries. But this is something we're just going to have to bear with right now going up ahead. These are the pain points of having an industry that's still growing, but this is something I don't really foresee happening like maybe 5 to 10 years down the line as we get more and more recognized. There's rumor has it that the Olympic Committee wants to include esports, so as long as the whole industry gets bigger, I don't really foresee this being an ongoing issue down the line. So it's unfortunate for Leffen, but I really do believe and I really do trust that this whole campaign is going to bring Leffen back, and I trust Red Bull. TSM, I don't think they could do it. They're not quite big enough and recognized, but something like Red Bull is, then they have that muscle to put in that could get Leffen in. So those are my thoughts. If anybody was curious, I will put this up on YouTube. And of course, the free Leffen campaign, I'm not sure how the petition will really help at the end of the day. I think we just have to cross our fingers, trust that Red Bull knows what they're doing, and that they will vouch for Leffen. And those are my thoughts.